Titan. Titans are ancient, gigantic creatures that live deep underground. They are so big and powerful that they can shape the very rocks and mountains around them. Dwarves, a race known for living in the depths of the earth, sometimes call Titans the pillars of the earth because they are like massive living parts of the stone itself. Titans have a special connection with dwarves and even consider them their children. This connection is especially strong because of a magical substance called lyrium, which flows through the Titans like blood. Lyrium is valuable and used for magic in the Dragon Age world. However, it's also mysterious and has a song that only certain people can hear, including some dwarves. One Titan, which had been asleep for a long time, awakens and causes earthquakes that affect dwarven minds. The Inquisition, a group of heroes, goes on a quest to find the source of these quakes. They discover an ancient civilization that guards the Titan, as well as powerful creatures and magical challenges. Eventually, they reach the Titan's heart, a place full of raw lyrium, where they battle a massive guardian creature made of stone, Darkspawn. In Dragon Age, Darkspawn are scary, dangerous creatures that live deep underground. They look like twisted, ugly versions of people and monsters, and they have no kindness or mercy. They're like an army of monsters that only want to destroy and spread darkness wherever they go. Darkspawn are controlled by something called the Taint, a dark magic that infects anything it touches. This taint connects all Darkspawn to each other, almost like they're all part of the same mind. They don't talk like humans do, but they understand each other through this strange magic. They also follow powerful dragon-like leaders called Archdemons. When an Archdemon wakes up, it leads the Darkspawn in a huge attack on the world, which is called a blight. During a blight, Darkspawn come to the surface and destroy villages, cities, and everything in their way. The only people who can truly fight back against a blight are the Grey Wardens, a brave group of warriors who are trained to battle the Darkspawn and their Archdemon leader. Without the Grey Wardens, the Darkspawn would be unstoppable. Usually, Darkspawn stay underground, but they sometimes come up to cause trouble or look for new leaders. They are one of the most feared enemies in the Dragon Age world because they never stop, they can't be reasoned with, and they only bring death and destruction. Archdemon. Archdemon looks like a giant evil dragon. It's not just any dragon though, it's actually an ancient god that has been corrupted by Darkspawn, a race of monsters. When a Darkspawn finds one of these old gods sleeping deep underground, they infect it with a dark magic called the Taint. This turns the god into an Archdemon, which then wakes up to lead the Darkspawn in a huge attack on the surface world called a blight. An Archdemon is extremely intelligent and purely evil. Through a strange connection, it can command all Darkspawn as if they were part of a single mind, directing them to destroy cities and spread the taint. The only way to end a blight is to kill the Archdemon. However, defeating one is not easy, as it can only be truly killed by a special warrior called a Grey Warden. If someone else kills it, the Archdemon's spirit just jumps into the nearest Darkspawn and continues its destruction. The Archdemon stays hidden most of the time, only appearing in battle when it's needed to lead or when it senses danger. Urthemiel. In Dragon Age, Urthemiel was once known as the Dragon of Beauty, and was one of the old gods, worshipped in ancient times for his grace and charm. Artists, poets, and musicians celebrated him, and people honored him with festivals. But when Urthemiel was found by the Darkspawn, he was transformed into something much darker, a powerful creature called an Archdemon. As an Archdemon, Urthemiel lost his beauty and became twisted by the Taint, a dark and corrupting magic. He was no longer a god of beauty, but a leader of the Darkspawn, commanding them in a huge attack on the world, known as the Fifth Blight. This was a time of great fear, as Urthemiel led the Darkspawn armies to destroy cities and spread chaos across the land. Urthemiel was incredibly strong and intelligent, with the power to control Darkspawn from afar and communicate with them through dark magic. The Grey Wardens, a special group of warriors trained to fight Darkspawn, were the only ones who could stop him. In a final battle, the Grey Wardens defeated Urthemiel, bringing an end to the Fifth Blight. Even after his defeat, his story lived on as a reminder of the terrible power of the Archdemons and the old gods, and how beauty can turn into horror under dark magic. Razikale. Razikale is known as the Dragon of Mystery. She is one of the old gods, ancient dragon-like beings who were worshipped in the past by a powerful empire called Tevinter. People in Tevinter admired Razikale as a goddess of wisdom and secrets, hoping she would guide them through difficult times and help them understand hidden truths. Razikale was special to her followers, who built temples and dedicated prayers to her. Her influence was strong, so much so that people believed lakes could be blessed by her, and stars in the sky could be connected to her. Over time, Razikale became a powerful and mysterious symbol for people who valued knowledge and understanding. Like other old gods, Razikale is trapped underground, sealed away long ago. The Darkspawn, a race of corrupted monsters, try to find these sleeping gods and turn them into archdemons, evil powerful dragons that lead Darkspawn armies in terrible terrible attacks called blights. However, Razikale is one of the few old gods who hasn't yet been corrupted by the Darkspawn. Razikale's story is still filled with mystery and has left people wondering what her powers might bring if she ever awakens. For now, she remains hidden and feared, with ancient writings and ruins dedicated to her still scattered across the world of Thetis. The Architect. In Dragon Age, the Architect is a unique and mysterious Darkspawn different from any other. Unlike other Darkspawn who are mindlessly controlled by the dark magic of the old gods, the Architect thinks and acts for himself. He was once a human priest for the old god Urthemiel, but was turned into a Darkspawn a long time ago. Now, he is more like a leader, or even a scientist among the Darkspawn, with a plan to free them from their endless need to serve the old gods. The Architect has a bold goal. He wants to end the constant wars, called blights, between Darkspawn and the people of Thetis. His strange idea to achieve peace is to give Darkspawn their own free will by exposing them to the blood of the Grey Wardens, warriors who can resist the Darkspawn's dark magic. By doing this, the Architect believes he can help the Darkspawn break free from the old gods' control, allowing them to live in peace. However, his methods are dangerous. In trying to free Darkspawn, he accidentally started a blight, which led to massive destruction. Dumat. Dumat is known as the Dragon of Silence. He was one of the old gods, ancient and powerful beings worshipped long ago by the people of the Tevinter Empire. Dumat was the first and strongest of these gods, and he was believed to have great wisdom. People would pray to him, hoping he would guide them and reveal hidden knowledge. However, Dumat eventually became the first Archdemon, a dark and terrifying creature that led the Darkspawn in the first blight, a huge and destructive war against the people of Thetis. According to legends, the Darkspawn found Dumat trapped underground and corrupted him with their dark magic, turning him into a force of pure evil. Once transformed, Dumat led the Darkspawn on a rampage, nearly destroying entire cities and spreading terror across the land. The Grey Wardens, an order of warriors specially trained to fight Darkspawn, were the only ones who could stop him. After many battles and great sacrifices, the Grey Wardens finally defeated Dumat in a massive battle on the Silent Plains, ending the first blight. Lusacan. Lusacan is known as the Dragon of Night. He is one of the ancient old gods, powerful dragon-like beings worshipped in the past by the Tevinter Empire. People believe Lusacan ruled over the night and darkness, which made him both mysterious and fearsome. Some followers thought that by connecting with Lusacan, they could gain strength from the darkness instead of fearing it. According to legends, Lusacan, like the other old gods, was trapped underground by a powerful force called the Maker. The Darkspawn, monstrous creatures that live in deep underground places, constantly search for Lusacan and other old gods. They want to wake Lusacan from his slumber, corrupt him with dark magic, and turn him into an archdemon, a terrifying dragon that would lead them in a new blight, a huge, destructive war against the world. Lusacan has not yet been corrupted or transformed into an archdemon, but if he ever awakens, it is feared that he could bring about the sixth blight. Abomination. In Dragon Age, an abomination is a frightening creature created when a demon takes over the body of a mage, a person who can use magic. When a demon possesses a mage, it transforms them into a monster that is often very dangerous and powerful. This can happen if a mage loses control while using magic, especially if they are experimenting with forbidden types of magic. There are different types of abominations, depending on the kind of demon that takes control. For example, a rage demon creates a very angry and aggressive abomination, while a sloth demon creates a slow, lazy, but still dangerous version. Other types include hunger, desire, and pride demons, each making abominations with unique strengths and weaknesses. Abominations are feared because they can cause a lot of destruction. In some stories, an abomination has been strong enough to destroy entire villages or terrorize the countryside for years. Their power depends on the strength of the demon inside them, so some are more dangerous than others. When defeated, abominations sometimes explode, dealing extra damage to anything close by. Fighting an abomination is difficult because they are often immune to certain types of attacks and magic, making them a huge challenge even for skilled fighters and mages. In the world of Dragon Age, abominations are a reminder of the risks that come with using magic, especially when demons are involved. Fade Beast. Fade Beast is a powerful creature created from a pride demon, which is a type of demon that lives in the Fade, a mysterious realm of spirits, dreams, and magic. The Fade Beast is a unique kind of monster because it was broken into pieces long ago and scattered across the deep roads, a network of dark underground tunnels. To summon the Fade Beast, a person must find all of its pieces and bring them to a special altar called the Altar of Sundering. Once summoned, the Fade Beast appears and speaks to the player, asking why they have called it back to the world. The player has a choice. They can either let the creature go in exchange for a reward of gold or decide to fight it for experience and loot. Fighting the Fade Beast can be very challenging as it has powerful abilities, including magical attacks like fire blasts, frost bolts, and even a crushing prison spell that can trap its enemies. The Fade Beast is dangerous because it is driven by pride, making it very strong and determined to prove its power. It is known for saying things like, "Seek you vengeance or reward," when it is summoned, showing that it understands people's motivations and knows knows how to tempt them. Ash Wraith. Ash Wraith is a spirit creature created from the soul of a devoted follower who sacrificed themselves in a unique and powerful ritual. Long ago, these followers who worshipped the prophet Andraste would willingly set themselves on fire as an offering, transforming into Ash Wraiths. Their goal was to become eternal guardians of sacred places, like temples or resting sites. To become an Ash Wraith, these followers followed a strict process. First, they would pray and fast for weeks, only drinking a small amount of water each day. When they were ready, they would hold a special black pearl in their mouth and step into a consecrated flame. The black pearl, believed to have magical power, would keep their soul from passing away completely, transforming them into Ash Wraiths. This ritual allowed their spirits to remain forever, ready to defend Andraste's temple. Ash Wraiths are very strong and have special powers. They use fire-based attacks such as Flame Blast, which can burn anyone close by, and Whirlwind, a spinning attack that harms multiple enemies at once. They are immune to many forms of control, like being stunned, put to sleep, or controlled by magic, making them tough opponents. Ash Wraiths appear as shadowy, ghost-like figures that can surprise their enemies by appearing from behind or from the side. They protect holy places and remind everyone of the extreme devotion Andraste's followers had, willing to become creatures of ash and flame to guard her memory forever. Golem. Golem is a powerful creature made from stone or metal and brought to life by magic. The first golems were created by a brilliant dwarf named Caridin, who used a magical device called the Anvil of the Void to turn volunteers into golems. These golems became warriors who helped protect the dwarves during the First Blight, a terrible war with the Darkspawn. Caridin's golems were very strong, and as an army, they were almost unbeatable. To make a golem, Caridin used a special process. The volunteer was placed in a large suit of armor, and liquid lyrium, a magical substance, was poured over them. This turned their body into a tough rock-like shell. Golems have incredible strength and are resistant to many types of attacks, making them excellent protectors. However, they can be controlled by using enchanted rods, which take away their free will. Without these control rods, some golems can regain their memories and act independently, like the famous golem named Shale, who once volunteered for the transformation. While golems were originally volunteers, later rulers forced criminals and other people into becoming golems, which eventually made Caridin stop creating them. Later, the Anvil of the Void was lost, so the secret of creating golems vanished with it. Today, golems are rare and mostly found in ancient dwarf ruins.